Hello everyone, welcome to our web programming first practical. Today we will be discussing how to create the sign in and sign up pages in a PHP application for an e-commerce program using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So as you can see here, this is our web page and this is our logo right here. eShop is a title, and as you can see, this has been divided into uh, di the column format using display flex, and this is a background image we have added using a div class, and this is a background logo what we have here, and then what we have here is our form. This has also been created using the column separating system. So you can see there is half of the space here, which is 6 columns to the left and 6 columns to the right. So we have used 6 columns for this, and we can see we have first name here, last name here, then we have the email, we have the password, mobile number, and a selector for choosing the gender. So once you have added all these details, you can click sign up and you'll be redirected to the sign in page, which we haven't created yet. So here in the sign in page, we have we can log in from our email and our password, and we have a input button here, which is a checkbox, and once we click it, we can click remember me, and then we have forgot password option here. So this is an anchor tag. So what it does is that once you click this tag, you'll be getting a verification email how to change your password. And even here, if you don't have a eShop account, you can just click this and you'll be redirected to the new page, the sign up page. So this works using a toggle button using JavaScript. That's how we have both of these on the same page. And so since we know how the page works, we have a footer here as well. Since we know how our page works, let's move on to the code of our program. So this is our code. So we have started and created it using the meta tags, UTF-8, which is our language. If we don't have it in UTF-8, we can't use different types of text and languages. So we have our main we have attached our files here, which is the resource logo, what I showed you at the beginning of the video on the top right of our page. That's the logo which is there. And then we have our main body. Our main body is linked to our style.css here. So what is here in our main body is what I showed as the huge background on our screen, and we have used it as used the cover for background size, so that it covers the whole thing without leaving a border, unlike it does in contain. And we have set the background position to center, and it doesn't repeat. And we're moving down. Then we have created a div, which is basically a box which is inside the HTML web page, an invisible box, and we have given it the container fluid commands, which is a class, which is a bootstrap class, and we have given view height 100, display flex, and justify contents center. So since it's a justify content center, the content is all in the center area of the page, and we have given another class, row align content center. So this will be in row, and the content is aligned to the center. Moving down, we can see another div, and in that div we have a logo class here, and it's here we have linked it here to our CSS. That's the small logo with the bag which I showed you earlier, and that's linked to the CSS on the center of the page. This of course is given contain because it's already in the background, and having a border space doesn't matter for this image. And moving down, we have hi, welcome to our eShop, which you can see here. Then we have that's the end of our header, which was like at this area of the page, and then we go to a form area of the page, which is in the contents. And so we have created one huge div which is 12 columns and has a padding value of 3. And we have created another div to show that it's a row. So we have given that class, and we have given this bootstrap classes again, call6, d none, d large background, lg block, and background. So here the background here is linked to our CSS right here again, and this is what we have as our background, the background image. And we have given the size contain, and yes, continuing on with our code, or the HTML code, or the PHP, which is in the PHP. We have given a row, another div, and we have learned something new here, which is G2, or a gutter spacing of 2, and from that it acts like a padding. So there is more of a margin, or the text is centered when we have this class here. This is also a bootstrap command class, and we continue, and here we can see the classes which we have made here. The small uh, input boxes here, which are here first name. These are all in the class form label, and you can see before that that we have title 2 created, and it says create new account. It's here in our CSS2. So here it is, create new account. And these are the classes which are given call6, which is basically half the width, and we have form labeled it using form label class. Likewise, we have created the same columns for the last name, and then after that we have gone into a full column and taken the call 12 space, or the full width of our form, to create the email, the password. The mobile number is again how the first name and last name were divided equally, so we have the mobile number here. And then we have the gender. The gender, like we saw there, was a drop down, or we have a selector created, and we can see the sign up buttons, or already have an account sign in buttons. So those buttons are call 12 on small screens, or it takes the full width on small screens, and call large 6, so half that width on full screens, or which had the space of the first name, the last name, the mobile, or the gender, that same width. And then we created a JavaScript command change view for the already have an account sign in button, and this is how we created the same sign up and sign in pages on the same page. So we can see our JavaScript here. We have created variables for the ID sign up box and sign in box. So the IDs are here, and the sign in box ID is here. So according to that, we have created a new command which we learned, which is sign up box class list toggle d none. D none means display none. So once we click this, the one that page disappears, or it's out of our display, and the other one, or the sign. For example, if we click the sign up page, the sign up page disappears, and we go to the sign in page. So likewise, from sign in disappears and it goes to sign up. And like we had created in the sign up page before, we can see that we have the sign in title here, which is similar to the create a new account, and we have email, which is a call 12 or a full width column, and our password. That was all we had as our input fields in our form in the sign in page. And then we had the checkbox here, and then we go down and we had the forgot password, the URL or the anchor tag on the right side of the screen, and we had our sign in button, and finally we have the button which says new to eShop, join now. So the bottom button on the bottom right. So once you click that, it goes back to the sign up page, and that's the end of that. And this is our footer. So the content above has been finished, and we have a footer here, which is the copyright symbol, 2022 eshop.lk, all rights reserved. So we have also created that uh, in a columns division grid method, and we have fixed it to the bottom. We have specifically said that, and using the bootstrap class, it's at the bottom of our page. And in small devices this is not shown, but in large devices it's shown. And that's the end of our HTML page. These are the rest of the CSS. So we had to introduce font faces which we were using, which are Quicksand and Honey. So unless it was mentioned that the font face was given directly by name, for any other place in our web page, this was the font that applied, Quicksand, with a size of 14 pixels. And that's about it for our web page. Thank you for watching.